I'm adding more about Freud, things that I've been reading just recently, but there's a lot I remember reading about him and his theories years ago, and that comes back when I start reading about him again. And I really don't want to get too much into his complicated intellectual thinking. A lot of it, I think, is just a way to mess with your head, and to like to tell you, well, you're not smart enough to understand this. And like one thing I noticed in his writing is, first of all, that they're saying that today they consider schizophrenia to be someone who can't see a person and recognize both good and evil in them. They only see evil, or they only see good, I suppose. But I mean, that's schizophrenic. Well, then you turn to Freud, and you see what he's saying about people. It seems like Freud had people summed up, like all people, as having a death wish, but that it was interrupted only by sexual desire, which is a life force and a survival force. But as I see it, sexuality can be just as deadly and deathful as anything else, and that that's one of the problems for people who choose death. God said, all who hate me love death. In the beginning of the Bible, it says, choose between life and death. People choose either life or death. So the thing is that Freud is seeing the truth about people who choose death. But did he recognize people who choose life? And the characteristics of those people, and how different that is from people who choose death. Because it seems like he was just saying people in general, which a lot of his beliefs stemmed from an evolutionary kind of view, that people are, the survival survival instinct. And so, because survival is about sex, everything is just basically about sex. And I think a lot of people have been infected by that idea, that he's seeing, oh, this is the true base of us all. We're just that. That we're not spiritual. And any way that people are spiritual is just that they're connected to Satan. Who are like that, who are about death. But he is just seeing the death wish. He's saying that people have a death wish. He's seeing people who choose death. And yes, they have a death wish. Then he's saying only interrupted by the need for survival, the desire for survival, the life force, which is sexuality. I don't see it as that. I see it as they're along with everything else about their death wishes, that their sexuality is death. And I don't think he had it right at all. And I don't know if so just like they're saying about schizophrenia, seeing people all a certain way, all as evil. I don't think he could see people who choose life. I don't know if he ever recognized that, and the difference in them. That what motivates them, what's in them, is not a death wish at all. It's a life wish. And that it totally transforms their sexuality as well, and what they're looking for in sexuality. I don't think he could see that. I think, he was, that's where I say, he wasn't godly, and he's Jewish, but again, Jewish people can choose life or death. He could have been a Jew who chose death. He had insight, but it only went so far.